This is crazy. I'm not ready. I've had 5 days to get ready. Oh my gosh. I'm horrible. I'm a bad person. I cannot get my stuff together. Oh my goodness. Holy smokes. Welcome to 2021. It's as much of a disaster as last time. Hello. Hi everybody. How you doing? It's 2021 and I'm a mess. I can't get my stuff together. Oh my gosh, I can't get my stuff together. I've been thinking about this all day about how much I'm not gonna have my stuff together today. So, hey, we're late, so let's do this. Let's do it. Make her mind, there you go. Hello everybody, welcome to 2021. We made it! Hello everybody, welcome to Mickey in the Middle. My name is Mickey and this is a quintessential show for middle Americans who care about, I don't know, everything middle American. Care about our country, care about each other, care about our way of life, care about the United States of America, care about everything. So we're past 2020. So I would just like to say, if you're here watching the show, congratulations. It looks like you made it. So I hope that you made it. I am excited to be here. As you can tell, this right here, this is Mike. My wife, after I retired, my wife said, hey, why don't you grow a beard and a mustache and see how that looks? And come to find out, I can't grow a full beard and a full mustache. So I went with a little bit of this action and she said she liked it. So I kept it and then she named this Mike. So I've been working for a while to bring Mike in, and I would like to welcome Mike to the new year. And just to say thank you very much, Mike, for coming in over the last few weeks, because I'm glad to have you here with me, at least for a little while, until it drives me crazy and I go ahead and get rid of it. So right now, what I want to do is I want to say hello to everybody. Hello, Don. Hello, Logan. Hello, Greg Meyer. How you doing? Hope, Maddie, and you doing okay. Hello, Susie. Darla. I got a song. I changed the song. I was talking to Darla the other day, and I told her that I wrote a song on New Year's Eve, but we'll get to that here in just a second because I do have an agenda. Look at this. These are my show notes, and these are the things that we're going to talk about. These are the things that we're going to talk about tonight because there's some important things going on. There's some important things going on as far as it applies to middle Americans. So Trump is on Fox. Well, here's the thing is, Trump has been everywhere lately. To tell you the truth, I think that I saw earlier where he's getting on an airplane, he was going to go down to Georgia, and he's going to go rally the troops to go and vote tomorrow, because tomorrow is a big day in the United States of America. Tomorrow they are voting. It is Tuesday, and the runoff for the Senate, 2 seats for the Georgia Senate, 2 seats from Georgia in the United States Senate. So there's two houses going on. So I made a prediction. I made a prediction last year. Sounds so long ago, but I did make a prediction. That, you know, I think that. All right, let me go back to the beginning. We had a contested election in November, and everybody said that there was a tremendous amount of things that had gone wrong inside of multiple states, which there was Georgia, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Arizona. Did I say Georgia? Whatever. So, inside of those states, there was multiple accusations going back and forth, statistical anomalies. There was just bad vibes all through that. And I started looking at the information very, very, very closely. And I don't know anything about the computer machines. I don't know that. But I do know 2 things happened. Number one, the poll watchers, which are supposed to watch the polls and then supposed to watch the counting, were not allowed to get close to the actual counting. That is suspicious to me. The second thing is that somehow, and this is this is just one party because one party was smart enough to do it. The Democrats went out and they registered 1 million more voters in a state of 10 million voters. They found 1 million more voters to register and get to vote. Now, registering to vote is not voting. So requesting an absentee ballot is also not voting. Not properly filling out your ballot and having that submitted is also not voting. So when you show up at the polls, if you show up in person and you do not have your identification card or whatever the rules are where you're from, or you don't have, proof that you were on the voter rolls, then you don't get to vote that day. So what I found suspicious, besides the fact that nobody was allowed to watch the polling places, was the simple fact of the matter that Democrats found another 1 million people to vote. And in this election, right, so the runoff election for the Senate, they have found another 60,000 people that had not previously voted. Where in the hell are they shitting these voters from? I mean, what? Obviously, they are harvesting ballots from somewhere. So if you go to an old person's home and you manipulate the people in a nursing home, or you manipulate poor people, or you manipulate a lot, and I'm not saying that any of this is going on. But it's very, very suspicious that 1 million people that didn't previously vote, all of a sudden now are popping into the rolls going, oh yeah, I'm going to vote. And today, I think it was today, I watched a videotape from the Secretary of State's office in Georgia, where he came out and he, one by one, debunked all of Trump and Trump surrogates' claims about illegalities and irregularities inside of the November election. And he went by them one by one. But here's what he also did. So Trump called the dude and they talked for an hour, and Trump had basically said, hey man, we got a whole bunch of notes here and we would like to compare notes with you, and we'll see what this results with. And the dude talked for an hour but didn't say anything, and then released the tape of what I imagine Trump would have thought would have been a confidential thing. So I don't think the guy likes Trump, because he was very, very nasty inside of his press conference. Now, when I say that, he might have a right to be nasty. So I'm Mickey in the middle. I'm thinking it from his point of view. If he thinks he has a clean election and all of a sudden half the world is accusing him of falling for cheating or cheating himself or being a bad human being, I would be pretty pissed too. If all of a sudden everybody lined up outside of my door and went, you were wrong, you were wrong, you were wrong, and I went, am I? I think I'm right. I think I'm right. Because I've taken a look at this and I think that I'm right. So that's what he did today. Today, he came out with a press conference where he talked for 30 minutes straight, and he took a couple of questions, and he debunked all of the stuff that's in the election. But the one thing that he didn't debunk was, hey, where did all these other votes come from? How in the world did Trump just kill it all over the state, and in one little bitty spot got beat by just enough? That's just not right. So in light of that, when I say that I don't think that the Republicans can win in Georgia, it's because the Democrats are out there finding votes. I'm just saying, I don't know where they're getting the votes. But if you are in Georgia, do not despair. Go out and vote anyway. Go and vote. If you are in Georgia, go and vote if you know what you're talking about. You need to know the candidates, and you need to know the issues, and you need to figure out who's on what side, whether they're on your side, whether they're on my side, whether they're on whose side, and then you need to go and vote. And vote your conscience. Because I'm telling you right now, there's some prejudiced people out there. I've heard them talk, and they're not on the Republican side. Hey, Mike, there you go. Trump is on Fox. Logan Calcaterra said, this is Mark. Hi, Mickey. I've been banned from Facebook for a true post I put on there. Congratulations, Mark. I don't know whether that's your first ban or not. My thing is to not get banned. But congratulations on your first banning for posting some truth. Hi, Sherry Clark. How you doing? Greg Meyer says, I'm sorry you're having to deal with that. Oh, I'm going to tell you, that is a bummer, huh? Happens to a lot of us, says Chris Cap. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Happy New Year, everybody. If you weren't here earlier in the show, happy New Year. I hope everything's good. Susie, there you go. Seriously, free speech can be censored, makes me mad. Okay, so 100%, I agree with you. That's why you have to take your dollars and go somewhere else. That's why I'm on Rumble, why I'm on Parler, why I'm on Facebook, why I'm on Twitter, why I'm on multiple platforms, so that if I'm censored on one, then I probably might get censored on another, but maybe not. So I try to go across multiple platforms, and then that way I can't have my free speech infringed, because I can always call you, I can always carry a sign, I can always go out and yell, I can always text you, I can always call you. So they're not taking those rights away from me, but they are kind of like really pissing me off on Facebook and Twitter and MSN and a few other things. All right, so let me get back to my notes. Okay, so New Year's Eve. So I didn't do a show on New Year's Eve or the night after, and here's the reason why. I got hammered. I started day drinking. So, and it was probably a mistake, but I made a dent in the Bailey's Irish Cream in the house. And then I made a dent in the Jim Beam. And then my friend Ollie, who co-authors all of the songs that I've written, well, the majority of the songs that I've written. Anyway, he called me from wherever he is stationed, and we started playing guitar on the internet, and we ended up spending 4 glorious hours together, imbibing and singing and playing guitar. And it was just a great New Year's Eve. Now, I don't go out on New Year's Eve. I haven't been out on New Year's Eve for 20 years, except for last year when I went to the Radusky's house. Big salute to them, 2 great Americans. And that was the first time that I had been out, I think, pretty much for the last 15 years. So I usually stay home, and I usually just not knock one up. So I didn't go out. But the reason that I brought that up is because my friend Matt Ollie and I wrote a song. It's called, I wrote the majority of the song, and I asked him to do the guitar solo for it. He's still figuring that. And I changed it tonight from a rock and roll song to a bluesy kind of song. So that's what I got. And that's going to be released via videotape here shortly. Because this is what Americans do. This is what middle Americans do. Enjoy your time off. And then it's time to get back to work. Then it's time to think a little bit about politics. It's time to think about a little bit about education. It's time to think a little bit about the way your neighborhood's is. It's time to think about, hey, how your government's reacting. Well, I'm going to tell you right now that your government's already losing their mind. The government is losing their mind. It's insane. Did you see what happened in the House of Representatives today? The House of Representatives opened up, as they traditionally do, with a prayer given by one of the congressmen that volunteers to do this. So what had happened was, where's my note? Oh no, where's my note? Oh, I told you I wasn't ready. Stand by. Representative Emanuel Cleaver. Did you see what he did? Did you see what he did? So let's go talk about that. It's crazy. Cleaver. This right here is Emanuel Cleaver. Here we go. Ready? Watch this. Let's make sure that the sound is on and go.
We ask it in the name of the monotheistic God, Brahma, and God known by many names, by many different faiths. a man and a woman.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? A man and a woman is how he ended the prayer to start this the brand new Congress. I think it's the 117th Congress of the United States of America. And he ended it with a man and a woman. So here's some problems with that. Because it has three letters in it in the order MEN, we now have to start saying woman, like amend and a woman end. Oh, what do you think about that? I started thinking about all the words that have amendment in it, right? Or a min in it, like amendment, a woman-ment. Is that what we're going to come down to? Amen. A woman. A woman-mendment. A woman. I would like to woman this contract. I would like to submit a woman-mendment to the Constitution of the United States. Oh, what do you think of that? It's crazy. Look it up. You can look it up right now. Go to dictionary.com and type in amen. And you know what it's going to say? It's going to say true, truly, so be it, virulently. It doesn't mean amen. It doesn't mean that we are saying this from men to God. It doesn't say anything about men. It doesn't have anything to do with human beings. It just has to say with an affirmation, yes. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation. Amen. Truly, virulently, so be it. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women. Blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for our sinners. Name, now and at the hour of our death, a woman. What was that? That's a prayer about Mary. Mary. Should we say a woman at the end of that? This is your woke culture. This is why this is crazy. This is why we need to throw out all of the politicians, because they put up with bullshit like this. You're right. Amen. Darla doesn't have anything to do with gender. Menu, woman, you. I love that. Do me a favor. Send me your favorite words with men in it, and then woman them to add woman in them, because this could be fun. Matter of fact, as soon as I get off here, I'm going to go on Facebook, or Darla Stewart, you can do it on Facebook, or let's see, Darla or Greg or Dawn or Susie. You can go on there and put, seeing as how we're changing the lexicon in our country, and we're adding W-O to all of the words with the three letters M-E-N in them. By the way, if you do this, you're going to be the first person in the country to do this. I have not seen this anywhere else, and I'm going to give you full credit with this. So please go on there and ask the world to change words that have men in them and add the W-O so that we can have a brand new language in this, seeing as how we're just going to take random words that absolutely mean nothing to do with gender and throw a gender in there. Oh, and another thing. I thought we had more than two genders. Or did he just throw sex in at the top of the top of the first inning of the 117th Congress? Right? So is this a gender thing or is this a sex thing? And if it's a sex thing, did he do it right? Because he put amen before women. How come he didn't put women before men? How come he didn't go a woman and amen? This is all messed up. Stop changing the words. Stop stealing the language. It's crazy, right? It's driving me nuts. All right. So, you might have seen this. So, I showed this here just a minute ago. All right, so Nancy Pelosi, congratulations to Nancy Pelosi. Really happy for her. She is now going to become she is now the Speaker of the House for the upcoming Congress. Just saying. So, congratulations to Nancy Pelosi. She was the first woman Speaker of the House. She's been in Congress for 33 years. This will be her 34th and 35th year. So Nancy's going to be leading up. And I want you to know how they do that. So what they do is they actually run for the position of Speaker of the House. And it can be anybody that's in the Speaker of the House. You can be day one person in the House of Representatives, and the House of Representatives votes on who the leadership is going to be. They vote on who the House of Representatives, who the Speaker of the House is going to be, and then who is going to be the lead, if you will, of the minority party. So Nancy Pelosi, once again, because the House is run by Democrats, right? There's more Democrats in the House of Representatives than there are Republicans. If you can solidify all of the votes, then you can become the Speaker of the House. And all the Democrats voted for her. Now, a lot of them have the COVID, or a lot of them are quarantined for the COVID, and they shouldn't have showed up to vote. But guess what? They made the exception and said, oh, don't worry, it's just a little COVID between friends. I'm a politician. I live differently than you do because you're a middle American. Matter of fact, although I should be quarantined, I'm not going to quarantine because voting for Nancy Pelosi to be the majority or to be the Speaker of the House is more important than my health and the health of everybody else around me. So I'm going to go to the House of Representatives and I'm going to vote, although I have been exposed to COVID, although I have COVID, although I'm quarantined or should be quarantined, I'm going to go and I'm going to vote for Nance anyway. So yay! Good for Nancy. Congratulations, Nance. Well done. It's an attempt to gender neutralize our culture. Yeah, they can't really neutralize me. Oh, by the way, been neutered, but not neutralized. Go on, you guys are kidding. Menu, whoa, menu. I love that, I'm telling you. Right, so President of the Senate. President of the Senate. So the President of the Senate is actually the Vice President of the United States. And because we have 100 senators, the president of, all right, so the way that it works inside the Senate is you have to have somebody that runs the Senate all of the time. Most of the time, that is designated from the Vice President of the United States to the senior person inside of the Senate. And then they run the show for what's going on, whichever political party is in charge of the Senate. But the vice president can show up anytime and sit in the big chair because that really is the big chair. So whenever the Senate addresses that, that's the way that it goes. Now, the vice president doesn't have time to go in and do the mundane things because the only thing that the person in the chair does is keep the orderly assemblage of how the Senate operates and who speaks and how. And that's all they do is they just really divide time up and they just kind of like set the agenda for who's going to talk. So that's the way that the Senate runs. So the Vice President of the United States really is the President of the Senate. So no, the President of the Senate is a separate entity of the Senate. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't understand. Maybe there's something that I don't know. I don't know. The President of the Senate is a separate entity of the Senate. Yeah, it's the Vice President. Yeah, the Vice President. So the Vice President is the President of the Senate. That's why they get to divide. That's why the Vice President of the United States gets to decide all ties. So if you have a 50-50 vote, the Vice President of the United States acting in his or her role as the president of the Senate, then cast the deciding vote. But you're right, they're a separate entity of the Senate, and the Senate operates on their own, right? So Mitch McConnell is the senior, is the majority leader of the Senate. That's why Mitch McConnell runs everything. But only the president of the Senate is only an honorarial role and gets to divide up time. They don't get to make the rules for the Senate. They don't do that. So it's kind of like when they had the impeachment and the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States went and he sat in the big chair to do the orderly discussion of how to run the trial inside of the Senate. So he was overseeing the Senate, but he wasn't actually executing the Senate, right? So they weren't. He was only making the decisions and the judgments. So equivalent to the Speaker of the House. Equivalent to the Speaker of the House. So, yes. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can say that. Yeah, that's a very, very good civics lesson. So, yes, it is, but most of the time that is designated to the senior party. Yeah, so that's who runs the Senate. So, yes, but you are 100% correct. So, anyway, Nancy is the new thing. So, where do I want to go? So, all right, so, hey, by the way, I'm on a 10-day quarantine. I'm on, what day is today? Today is the 4th. So, New Year's Day, I went and I hung out with somebody who's a dear friend of mine. Didn't realize that they had hung out with other people that may have been exposed to the COVID. So, I couldn't go home and hang out with my 87-year-old dad. So, I decided to stay in Arkansas and into a 10-day quarantine where I have seen nobody because my daughter left. So my dad and my sister left, and then my daughter left, and I'm in a quarantine. Hey, congratulations. So I'll be out of here in 10 days, and then boom, I'm back in Louisiana. So I got that happening for me. Number two, a good friend of mine named Jesse has had 2 COVID shots now. So a good friend of mine named Jesse, he's a healthcare professional. He's handling the shots well. It came up on his Facebook page. So the plan for getting the COVID vaccinations out across the country are actually working. I got a text today from my daughter that said, "I just got shot." And I was like, "What?" She goes, "COVID." And I was like, "Why?" And she goes, "I work in a hospital, Dad." And she does. So my daughter is a volunteer in a hospital. She works in the emergency room, bringing in patients. She meets them at the door, and she gets them everything that they need. So my daughter is started the Moderna series. So she's had one of the 2 shots that she has had. So how about that? Truly. All right, so there we go. All right, so where are we now? All right, here's where we're sitting. And everybody needs to know this. I need your help. I need your help. I cannot tell you enough how much I need your help. I have a decision to make. And this decision that I have to make is an important one. And I think that I need to do this. See, tomorrow they're going to have the Senate runoff in the state of Georgia. And then on the 6th, the House of Representatives and the Senate are getting together to do the vote for the President of the United States and the Vice President of the United States based on the electors from all of the states. And the stakes are very high in that. I don't know whether it's being blown out of proportion. I don't know who's going to be the president as of the 20th of January and who's going to be in the office. I don't know what kind of legal battles are coming. I don't know what's going to happen in the country. All I know is I'm praying for our nation during this difficult time. And if prayer is one of your things. If you can pray for our country, I don't think that I have heard enough people say that. I've heard people complain about the right, people complain about the left, but I have not heard enough people saying, if you believe in the power of prayer, pray for our country. I don't know who's going to do what, who's going to be smart, who's going to be stupid, who's going to be an anarchist, who is just going to be standing up for America, who's going to be a patriot, who's going to be anti-patriotic, who is going to have what type of a visceral reaction to whatever happens in the next few days. So I believe that we need to pray for our country. The one thing that I do know, this is the one thing I do. As a middle American, I've got a lot riding on the next few days. It has already been proven to me that our politicians have done us wrong on so many occasions. They just passed a 5,592, some people say 93, page COVID relief omnibus bill that got $600. Apparently $600 is on the way to my house, on the way to your house. It's supposed to fix the economy. It's supposed to fix a year's worth of devastation to the economy. Half of our states are still shut down. Half of our population is starting to lose faith in the American system, is not putting up with the lockdowns anymore, is not taking care of themselves the way that they need to be taken care of, because the government has said that you're not allowed to take care of yourself. It is absolutely crazy, and it's driving me nuts that our politicians are not listening to the people. And the reason why they're not listening to the people is because they have decided that we are not important enough. They know that if they become elected to Congress or the Senate or the governorship, or one of the big seats inside of the state legislatures, their chance of retaining that seat is 90% as an incumbent. That's the statistical analysis of the way that our country and our federal government work. The people that are making a decision have no fear of being replaced by an average woman and man. So with that said, I am concerned, and I want to do something about it. But I need your advice. I don't know whether I need to do this and whether I need to flip the table, and I just need to flip the table on Congress, and I need to lead the people out of the desert and into the promised land by getting rid of every single incumbent in the United States Senate and in the United States House of Representatives. Because here's what my idea is. This is my idea. Operation 535. No incumbent survives. Fire me and fire me too. I want to do this. I want to do this so bad. But do we destroy the entire system? This is the thing that gets me. This is the thing that gets me the most. When I designed that logo, it really started me thinking, do we want to burn down the house? Do we want to, figuratively. That's figuratively. That's not literally, right? I don't want any harm to come to anybody. I just want them voted out of office. But do we get rid of the good ones with the bad ones? There are some great Democrat politicians in the United States of America, but they are under the yoke of Nancy Pelosi. But I can't get rid of Nancy Pelosi, and I can't get rid of Mitch McConnell, who are the two biggest obstacles to progress in the United States of America, because they will not talk to each other, and they negotiate behind the walls, and that is so not open that we have no control of them. They have so much money, they have so much power that we either have to get rid of everyone. And that's what I need to ask you about, right? So your favorite politician's got to go. If you are a big fan of libertarian Rand Paul, he's got to go because no incumbent survives. If you like Ted Cruz got to go because No incumbent survives. And I have to make a promise. I have to make a promise to people that I disagree with that says, I will get rid of mine if you get rid of yours. You keep your politics. I keep my politics. You send somebody new, and I will send somebody new. It's like retiring every weight class of boxer from every single region in the United States. We got to get rid of all the champions that are currently up there and make room for up-and-comers. It could be you. It could be Logan. It could be Dawn. It could be Darla. It could be my daughter. It could be anybody that's old enough to be a resident of the United States, right, a citizen of the United States, and be able to meet the age requirement in order to get into Congress. Do we flip everything? Do we flip everything? Do we get rid of the good ones? Do we get rid of the bad ones? Because every time I'm thinking about this, I'm like, man, there are a couple of good ones that I would like to keep. But if I'm going to go and do this, I got to get rid of them too. I can't go halfway. I'm going to have to go all the way and get rid of everybody in the House. No incumbent survives. Because the only way that I can get rid of the bad politicians is say that if you get rid of your bad politicians, I will get rid of all of my bad politicians too. And then they go, oh, well, Nancy Pelosi is the Speaker of the House. She has been. She's been up there for 35 years. She's going to keep getting me my stuff. She brings so much stuff to California. They're going to love her until they don't have a tax base left, and everybody leaves to go to states like Arkansas, Texas, Florida, Louisiana, anywhere but California. Logan, if the government doesn't support the people, then the people must get rid of the government. Is he addressed in our Declaration of Independence? Yes, sir, it is. I am so glad that you study your civics. Sweeping change is not reasonable. Time to get tactical as the liberals do all of the time. Yes. So, I can't get rid of blue. It has been proven. It's been proven that as we sit here and we speak about this, the powers that be make us choose blue or red. You only have two choices, blue or red. Blue or red. What I'm saying is, if they keep blue and we keep red, but we change the players in the game. Change the players, change the game. Right now, Tom Cotton is a senator from the state of Arkansas. I like him. I don't agree with everything that he does, but I do like him, and I would normally vote for him. Do I give up Tom Cotton if they give up AOC? Because we can't make a trade like that. They're going to keep the AOC. The Republicans are going to keep that. Unless we say we get rid of everybody. That's the problem. Everybody says, well, if we do strategic or if we do tactical, then strategic will take care of itself. And I'm saying drop a strategic, figurative nuclear bomb, throw everybody up, throw all new players at the problem, and the players have to do three things. Number one, they have to promise to talk to each other. Number two, they have to enact term limits. And number three, they need to work for solutions rather than working for special interests. I need people that don't have that don't have a dog in the fight. People like you and me, that we have strong opinions. Let's take global warming, for example, right? Everybody can agree that the climate is changing. It's been changing for millions and millions of years. The question is, what do we do about it? So they're not talking, right? So it's either wind farms and the sun, or it is petroleum. That's a diametrically opposed choice. How about if we figure out how we're going to start where we are and then figure out how we're going to get better a little bit at a time instead of making these huge, hey, look here, we got to throw all the carbon tax at it. We have to take everybody's cars, all the airplanes. We have to kill all the cows so I can't eat steak. We got to be able to find people that can talk to each other and promise that they will do term limits. Vote from the rooftop. Vote from the rooftop. I agree with that. Vote from the rooftop. Kyle Koch says, the problem is not just the elected politicians, but also the D.C. establishment. All of the lifelong bureaucrats that really run the government. Right. But here's what the thing is. So if we send up all new people that just look at them people and go, hey, thanks a lot for your input. I greatly appreciate you. You're all fired. I'm going to go out and hang out. This is one of the reasons why the logo is purple. Purple comes from red and blue combined. Operation 535. No one come to survive. Fire me too. Because I think everybody can get on board with that. I think that everybody can get on board with that. Fire every single incumbent up there. They haven't done anything for us. They can't make a decision on the border. They can't make a decision on climate change. They can't make a decision about wars. They can't make a decision about the budget. They couldn't make a decision about the pandemic. They couldn't make a decision about the way that we are supposed to go into the year 2021 with the way that the election is. They're all at each other's throats all of the doggone time, and I'm just sick of them. I'm madder than hell. I've never been this mad at my politicians before. But this fiasco with the COVID relief bill and the omnibus bill being tied together and then screwing the people. Now, I'm just saying, that really pissed me off. The COVID response is making me mad. I don't know who to trust anymore, so I'm not trusting any of them. I haven't had the TV on 5 days, 6 days. I lied. I watched football. So, anyway, that's it for tonight. Let me know what you think about whether I need to get a website. So I've already got the name, Operation535.com. I've already got that. Operation535.info, Operation535. Info.com, info. I got one more. So do me a favor, let me know. All right? So, hey, thank you very much for watching. I hope you're having a great 2021. I did not mean to complain too much. I'm trying to do something positive. I want the middle Americans to all come together for one cause. Maybe that cause is to get rid of every single person that's in Washington. All of them got to go. 6 years. Next vote's going to be in 2 years for the House of Representatives. So let me know what you think. Thank you very much. That's going to be it for the night show. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play the end music, and then I'm going to play you the song that Darla. Here we go. Start the website. There we go. Unfortunately, I have no trust that both sides will follow through. How would they be held accountable to the agreement? Okay, so the sides have nothing to do with it. That's a great point. So the sides have nothing to do with it. The people have something to do with it. We are the power in the country. Our vote is what puts people in the Senate. Our vote is what put people in there. The people is who we have to convince to get on board. I don't have millions of dollars to run a campaign. But if I say no incumbent survives, everybody can understand that. Vote for anybody but an incumbent. It will only take one vote. One vote to get rid of a couple of incumbents and put young people in there that have brand new ideas, or older people that want to change, or people that are brand new and have no vested interest in politics. All you have to do is go out and get a few thousand signatures, and you can run for Congress too. That's all it takes is signatures. It might take some money to get the polling places up. I'm not really sure how much money it takes. But here's what the thing is. If you can get on the ballot and you can get the signatures and you can run, you let Operation 535, no one come and survive, raise a little bit of money and do a little bit of advertising, and then we talk about it on social media. We talk about it on Facebook, on Twitter, on Parler, on Rumble, and on Instagram. when we can engage the young people who are tired of politics and tired of politicians involved with this, us old people can win this. This is a combination of teaming with young people, teaming with old people, teaming with gay people, teaming with religious people, with school teachers, with not school teachers, team with everybody in the United States of America to just flip the table. No incumbent survives. Let's start with a fresh 435 people in the House of Representatives and a fresh 100 people in the Senate and see what happens. Shit, it can't get any worse. That's all I'm saying. So, with that being said, good night. Love you. You guys have a fantastic one. Remember to live, laugh, and love. See you later.